of the day. And as soon as I can get my hands on it. It's coming, it's coming. You guys can read all about him in your workbook here, and if you want, you can take some notes. I think there's enough space for you to take notes on page 25, okay? On page 25. I've brought this brother up so many times, like my friend Josh Fredenberg, who kicked this conference off. Thank you. Go ahead, work it out while I'm doing that. I have known this guy for so long, and he is I often say, how can somebody be your friend, your mentor, and your role model, and your colleague, right? It's like your coworker and all that all rolled up into one. And that's what this guy embodies. So you guys are in for a special treat. I really want you to consider yourselves blessed because the speaker lineup for Circle of Change 2015 has literally been all-star. It has literally been all-star. And so these folks who are here this weekend for you travel all across the globe commanding upwards of $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 a gig. And so you guys are really getting a stellar lineup of people who are coming here to change your lives with the power of positive words. So I'm really happy to introduce this gentleman. You can read about him on page 24, but I do want to tell you a little bit about Mr. Kevin Bracy. He's just delivered messages from, I like to say, people who are 8 all the way to 80, from 24-Hour Fitness, Hewlett-Packard, AT&T, companies and corporations all over the country, spoken to more than 400,000 high school and college students across the country, and was voted the #1 youth speaker for 6 years in a row. He is currently blazing the trails in Northern California, Sacktown, the Bay Area, and back down, touching the lives of educators, students, parents, and entire school communities with his Reach One Alliance program. He learned this gift at a very early age, even after overcoming a challenging childhood, and had a former career even after college in professional baseball, which you guys will hear about very shortly. He's recently signed a contract for his own television show, The Kevin Bracy Show, and his latest project that I've been blessed to have been a part of, Kevin Bracy's Monstars of Motivation, is quickly becoming a family-friendly motivational entertainment phenomenon. I call him my brother from another mother. I call him the Michael Jordan of professional speaking in his prime of his career. And what's neat about this dude is he hasn't even hit the pinnacle. And so, ladies, gentlemen, author, speaker, professional motivator, and just all-out phenom, my friend, my brother, my man, 20 grand. Y'all make some noise, show some love for Kevin Bracy.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho, H to the O-V. I used to move snowflakes by the OZ.
Come on, y'all, make some noise, y'all, make some noise.
Call me
That's what we do, right?
Ho, fresh out the frying pan into the fire. I be the.
Good morning, good morning. If you're alive, say yes. If you're alive, say yes. Okay, we're going to start off. I want to teach you the chant that we're going to be doing while I'm speaking. So I need your undivided attention for the next few minutes. I need you listening. When you hear me say chasing greatness, I need for you to cross 2 forearms just like this and say brace yourself. Chasing greatness. I need a little more energy than that. Chasing greatness. Chasing greatness. When I say each one, you say reach one, but you got to throw your ones up. Each one. Each one. Let's start from the top. When I say chasing greatness, you say brace yourself. When I say each one, you say reach one. Chasing greatness. Chasing greatness. Each one. Each one. When you hear me say chasing what, I need to hear you say chasing greatness. Chasing what? Chasing what? Chasing what? When you hear me say greatness, clap, you clap, clap. Hey! Greatness, clap. Greatness, clap. Greatness, clap. Let's start from the top. When I say chasing greatness, you say brace yourself. When I say each one, you say reach one. When I say chasing what, you say chasing greatness. When I say greatness, clap, you clap, clap. Hey, if you're alive, say yes. Chasing greatness. Chasing greatness. Each one. Each one. Chasing what? Chasing what? Chasing what? Greatness. Clap. Let's try that one more time. We got to do a little better than that. Chasing greatness. Chasing greatness. Yeah. Each one. Each one. Chasing what? Chasing what? Greatness. Clap. Now give yourselves a round of applause. You did it. That's what I'm talking about right there. Now I want to jump right in. I want to jump right in because when I come, this is my favorite conference to speak at every single year. It's my favorite one. I love this stage. I'm able to visualize. I'm able to see the greatness in the audience. I love being on this stage. Now, when I look at you, as I see you walk in, and I saw some of you dancing, some of you just chilled out, sitting down, chilling, there's something that I know about each and every student in this room. And I don't know you. I've met a couple of you, but there's something that I know about each student in this room, and there's nobody in the world that can tell me differently. The thing that I know about every student in this room is I know that you have greatness in you. I know that. Everybody repeat this after me, please. I have greatness in me. Again, I have greatness in me. But it's not enough to have the greatness inside of you. That's not enough. It's cool. I got it in me. But how do I walk it out? How do I live it out as I'm pursuing my dreams? How do I live it out as I'm working on in different communities to lead for change? How do I live it out as I'm reaching out to those in communities that I want to reach towards? How do I live it out? And that's what I want to talk to you about. Well, I'll tell you this. Last week I texted Tish. And let me just stop right now. I would be remiss not to show some love to my girl Tish. Tish is my favorite, speaker in the world. Can we give a round of applause to Tish Norman? It's my favorite speaker. I'm her biggest fan in this room. I love how Tish gets down with the microphone on stage. I love it. And then again, I would be remiss to get started without recognizing Josh Fredenberg. I remember when this right here, this space that you're in, was just a dream of his. It was just a figment of his imagination. And here we are again. Can you give Josh Fredenberg a round of applause? But Josh couldn't do this without the team of people who are around here helping and serving. Can we give the Circle of Change team a round of applause? So I texted Tish last week and I said, hey, Tish, send me the songs that you're going to be using as you're hosting and emceeing. What are some of your songs? Because her and I have a similar swag when it comes to music. And I said, I don't want to step on your toes because I'm going to have a PowerPoint with music in it and all that. And she goes, well, why don't you send me your list? You send me your list and then we'll work around that. Because I was putting together this PowerPoint to deliver to Circle of Change this year. But as I was on my drive here yesterday, 5 hours from Northern California, I love that I-5 drive from Northern Cal to Southern Cal. Love it. Gives me time to think. Gives me time to pray. Gives me time to just shut my mouth and just be. And as I'm driving, I'm getting fired up driving, thinking about this stage, thinking about this moment. I'm getting fired up for the opportunity and the access I have to influence who I believe to be the young, great, and gifted. Repeat this after me, please. I have greatness in me. As I'm driving and I'm thinking about it, I said, you know what? I'm not doing no PowerPoint. I want to share something with you from my heart. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know what's going to come out. But I know it's going to be great. I don't know what's going to come out. And here's what I was thinking when I got excited. Here's what I was thinking. I was looking back. I'm 43 years young. And I stand in... Thank you. Thank you. And I stand in front of you as a guy just living out his wildest dreams. Something just like Josh that was a figment of my imagination. So as I'm driving, I started thinking about my journey. And I started thinking about the results and the rewards that are coming right now from hard work. Everybody say hard work. Everybody say consistent work. Everybody say commitment. Yeah, I started thinking about the results and I was like, man, it was just a dream. So I want to talk to them about, I want to add some value to your dream. That's all I want to do, your journey toward your dream. I want to add some value to the leadership skills and qualities that you already have. And I would just want to add some value to those. When you think about who you want to reach in the world, I want to add a little value to that. First thing I want to say to you, repeat this after me, please. It's doable. Listen to me, whatever you're dreaming about. Whatever you have in your mind that you want to do and be and have, I'm here to tell you this morning, everybody say it's doable. It's doable. This same kind of energy that you have at this conference, you're going to remember this. Because we remember things that are hype. We remember things that are exciting. We remember things that are fun. But I need you to know that when you graduate and move on, you can still have that same kind of excitement and hype and energy if you're chasing your, everybody say, my dream. I'm here to tell you to chase your dream, man. Don't settle for just a job unless your job is your dream. It's doable. I remember the first time I got the connection to the reality that it was doable. There was a young man who I call the Michael Jordan of motivation. His name is Les Brown. Anybody heard of Les Brown? Les Brown. I was listening to a Les Brown tape. I said tape. Yes, I did say tape. Oh, you don't think you think I'm playing when I say tapes. I am not playing around when I say tapes. You guys don't know nothing about these old school tapes right here. I brought these on purpose so you can see them. Some of you have never seen a tape. I brought these. I used to listen to these over and over and over again. And on one of these tapes, Les Brown was telling a story. He was telling a story about a gentleman by the name of Roger Bannister. Follow me. I'm in my car and I'm listening to this story. He said, the mile, 4 laps around the track, had never been run. Nobody had ever ran the mile in under 4 minutes. It had never been done before. People had this passion. I don't know what it was about the people in this particular part of the world, but they wanted to run the mile in under 4 minutes. They said it would never be done. They said it was impossible for the human body to run 4 laps around the track in under 4 minutes. Can't be done. Has anybody ever told you you can't do something? Can't be done. Well, there was a gentleman by the name of Roger Bannister. I'm listening to this as I'm driving, who begged to differ. He said, I'm going to do this. Roger Bannister said, I'm going to run this mile in under 4 minutes. He was a doctor. He worked full time, but after work, he would go running around his neighborhood, running in tracks around the community. He was preparing his mind. He was preparing his body. He was preparing his legs. May 6, 1954, Roger Bannister lined up with 6 or 7 other runners. He had a mission on his mind. Everybody say it's doable. His mission was, this is doable because I've worked for it. Bang, the gun went off. He ran his first lap in under 60 seconds. That's easy, right? 60 seconds. Okay, I did that. I'm rolling now. But see, this is when it happens. Second lap, halfway through, he ran it in under 2 minutes. Everybody say it's doable. He was on track. Third lap, he ran in under 3 minutes. But here's where the body should get fatigued. Here's where the lungs and everything starts to cramp up. Here's where the disbelief that this was possible is supposed to kick in. In his 4th lap, he crossed the finish line in 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds. Everybody say it's doable. I heard that story and I said to myself, now this was at a time when I had just graduated from college. I had just played 2 years of professional baseball. I had lived out that childhood dream, and I was searching for what my next dream was, and my next dream became motivational speaking, and I was listening to those tapes, and he told me that story, and I said to myself, it's doable. I can do it. I can become a speaker. I can live out my wildest dreams. If Roger Bannister did it with his mindset, then I can do it. But see, the story doesn't stop there. 5 weeks later, there's a gentleman by the name of John Landy who came and broke Roger Bannister's record. It had never been done before, ever. But why, when Roger Bannister did it, 5 weeks later, John Landy did it? And then high school students began to do it. From that day to this day, today, There's been tens of thousands of people to run the mile in under 4 minutes. My question is, what changed? The type of sneakers that they ran in? What changed? Gravity? They knew that it was doable. Here's what I'm telling you right now, friends. Whatever you're dreaming about, whatever you want to do in your life, if it's been done before by a human being, everybody say it's doable. If it has not been done before by a human being, why can't you be the first? Why not you? But it's a mindset. Every single day of your life when you wake up, everybody say it's doable. It's doable. Now, that was one moment. I said, yes, it's doable. But then you have the next day comes and you don't feel that same excitement about it. And then the next day comes, you don't feel that same excitement about the it's doable concepts because life happens, right? I remember I started reading books, Les Brown books. I started reading books, and I wanted to become a speaker. How do I get started? Listen, I graduated with a degree in sociology and criminal justice. Speaking was so far, speaking wasn't even on my radar. Some of you right now, you think you know what you want to do. But some of the things that's going to come across your radar, they're not even on there yet. Speaking, motivational speaking. In college, all I was thinking about was baseball. Once I heard that story, something clicked in me, and then I started reading his book. And I remember page 33 of his book called It's Not Over Until You Win. Here's what I read, and I still have it labeled. When I lost my radio job, I kept struggling and pushing and fighting to get back on top. Eventually, life got tired of hearing me knock. Finally, it opened the door. The same thing happened when I was struggling to get my public speaking career going. That was me at that time. I'd been barely getting by until the homemade, everybody say homemade, audio tapes of my speeches, which I had been selling out of the trunk of my car, caught the attention of some independent film producers in Chicago. I dropped the book. You know why? Because I had a trunk. You know why? Because I had a little tape recorder at home. And I had some empty tapes, and I could start creating my own tapes. So guess what I did? Went home, started creating my own tapes. And then what did I do? Started selling them out of the trunk of my car. Everybody say it's doable. I need you to know that it's doable, but you have to be seeking and looking for things that are gonna stimulate you to say, I can do that, no matter how far-fetched it is, no matter what the odds are. It comes down to your mindset. Everybody say it's doable. It doesn't stop there, though. Next, everybody say it's a must. I'm just going to give you a few things. Listen, I'm throwing this stuff out here because everybody in here is at a different place in their life. Everybody in here needs something different. So there may not be a rhyme or reason. I'm just coming from my heart today. It's a must. What's a must? There's one thing that's a must. Repeat this after me, please. I must make a commitment. Man, commitment is everything. Commitment is everything. You can repeat it, it doesn't matter. Commitment is everything. Here's what I have on commitment. Here's when commitment kicked in for me, because here I was pursuing this dream to become a motivational speaker, and I was kind of in and out, in and out. It's doable some days it's not. It's doable some days it's not. And then I heard this quote by a gentleman by the name of Johann Wolfgang van Gogh, and it goes like this. Until one is committed, there's always hesitancy. I'm going to say that 3 more times. Until one is committed, there's always hesitancy. Are you hesitating on something? Until one is committed, there's always hesitancy, a chance to draw back concerning all acts of initiative and creation. He said, but there's one elemental truth, the ignorance of which kills countless plans and splendid ideas. He said, the moment. Everybody say the moment. Say the moment. Say the moment. Say the moment. The moment one commits oneself, then God, providence, favor moves to. A whole stream of events issues from that decision, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen opportunities come their way, but not until you're committed. When I heard that, I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to be a motivational speaker. I'm going to live my life changing lives through the power of positive words. I don't care what my brother says. I don't care what my friends say. I don't care what my parents say. This is how I want to live my life, and I made a commitment. Everybody say a commitment. It's a must that you make a commitment to your dream. It's a must that you make a commitment to the things that you want to lead. It's a must that you make a commitment to those that you want to reach. Second thing that's a must is you got to have a reason. You got to be reason driven. If you ever find yourself demotivated, if you ever find yourself disempowered, if you ever find yourself uninspired when you're doing a thing, whatever that thing is, you got to go back to, why am I doing this? Your reason has got to drive you, friends. What's your reason? I want to change my major. Why? I want to start this organization. Why? I want to start this business. Why? I want to work for this company. Why? When you have a reason why, your motivation is endless. It does not stop. Now, you have moments where you don't feel like doing it, but those moments are few and far between, and they're short when you know why. Listen, I'm going to go way up. Why are you here? Why are you on this planet? What is your reason for being? Some of you know, and some of you don't know yet, and that's okay. My reason is I'm here to change lives through the power of positive words. I'm clear on why I'm here. Every day I wake up, my goal is to be in front of an audience encouraging them through the power of positive words. If you say, Kevin, I don't know why I'm here. Okay, then come back down and say, find a reason for everything that you do. As you grow and mature, you will figure out your reason for being. And when you figure out your reason for being, everybody say purpose. Therein lies purpose. Every time you wake up, every word you speak, every step you take, every move you make, every call you make, every post on social media has purpose when you know your reason. Everybody say my reason. Next thing, it's a must. It's a must that you cherish the day. Life is one day at a time. One day at a time. Everybody say win the day. Say win the day. Say win the day. Hey, say win the day. Hey, say win the day. Win the day. Focus on the day. Sometimes we have so many things. As leaders, we got vision. Great. Map the vision out. Keep your vision, but shorten your sight and focus on what I need to do today. See, some of your visions and your dreams are so big, you won't even get started. Because it's so big, you're like, man, I don't even know how to do that. You can do it if you break it down into bite size. Everybody say bite size. One day at a time. I've got to win this day. As I was on my journey as a speaker, I would say, okay, I was working a job at the time. I won't even say a job that I hated. It was just a transition. I was on a job. I was working every day. But every free moment I had, I was listening to a tape. Every free moment I had, I was reading a book. Every free moment I had, I was trying to get around the people who were doing what I wanted to do. Every free moment I had, I was doing research and studying. I would spend Saturdays and Sundays 6 to 8 hours a day in the bookstore. Remember, I didn't go to college to be a speaker. I went to college, sociology, criminal justice, play baseball. So now that I got this new dream, I had to learn, I had to study, and I had to focus on what do I need to do today, because I'll get discouraged thinking about, man, I want to be a worldwide speaker, and I want to be traveling around everywhere, but I wasn't there yet. I was on the journey. When you're on the journey, it's a must that you break it down into bite size. Everybody say bite size. And focus on the day. Everybody say win the day. Hey, say win the day. Let me go to the next piece. It's on you. It's on you. I said it's doable, I think, at the top. I said that it's a must, but now I'm saying it's on you. Listen, nobody is going to want your dream more than you. No one's going to want your stuff more than you. See, here's what we do sometimes. I'm guilty of it too. we try to connect with people who are doing it so they can help put us on. If I'm connected with the right people, they can put me on. Well, I tried that. Early on in my career, I connected with the gentleman, and I went to his speaker conference. Remember, I got this dream, man. I got to learn as much as I can. I went to a conference. Me and the person that was putting on the conference became friends because I already had some things working in my favor at that time. We became friends, and when we connected, I was like, yes, I got my end to the game. He's got a lot of connections. But then he and I, at some point in our friendship, we had a disagreement. We had a falling out. We had beef. And we went our separate ways. And when we went our separate ways, I remember how sick I felt in my stomach because I was like, man, how am I going to do it now? The guy who I was connected with ain't with me no more. What am I supposed to do now? Everybody say it's on me. It's on you to make it happen. I have to figure it out now. And then years later, I connected with Les Brown. I was able to share a stage with the guy who I was listening to his tapes, reading his books. I'm in Kansas City on stage with the Michael Jordan of speaking. Once I connected with him and spoke with him in Kansas City on stage, I didn't go home for a year and a half because he brought me with him. He said, I want you with me. Dream come true, folks. I mean, I was floored. I mean, if I could just touch the hem of his garment. Here I was now, connected with him. Some of y'all got that. I was connected with him, traveling with him, opening up conferences for him, looking at the contracts, ironing his clothes, shining his shoes, literally shining his shoes, ordering breakfast. I was serving. But then I looked back after I'm on the road for a year and a half. But see, I got a family at home. I got a wife, 18 years. I got my daughter who's 21, my son who's 14, my other son who's in heaven. My family needed me, and I'm on the road with this guy who I love. But at a certain period of time, I was going to have to figure this thing out myself. I couldn't just keep traveling with him. He was opening up crazy doors for me. But I got a family at home. At a certain period of time, I had to get focused. Everybody say, it's on me. It was on me. So here's what I came up with, a concept that I could wrap my mind around. Dream globally, but focus locally. I could wrap my mind around that. Oh, yeah, I got a dream. I want to be all over the world. Absolutely. But guess what? There's people in my neighborhood that need my message. There's people 5 miles from me that need my message. There's people 10, 15, 100-mile radius around me. There's opportunity everywhere. So I went, it's on me. Fourth thing. It ain't easy. Is watching. And I'm up there and I'm introducing John Leguizamo, and I got to a part. It's live. Can't call timeout. Can't say, wait, hold on, let me start over. Can't do that. I'm in the middle of it. The first way to participate is our trivia question. Within the next 60 seconds, you can tweet the correct answer to our trivia question for your chance to win $250 worth of books and prizes, including a signed copy of John Leguizamo's book entitled Ghetto They come on the show to sell books. I forgot the title of his book. In the middle of the introduction, I start sweating profusely. And when I said ghetto, his followers, right, are in the audience, and somebody from over here was like, ghetto clown. Man, I know he wanted to say, ghetto clown, fool. You don't know the name of the book? He said, ghetto clown. I said, ghetto clown. You're exactly right. And then I kept going, but I had fallen on my face in front of a live audience with their brand on my back. I'm sweating profusely, but in the middle of it, friends, everybody say, stand up. Inside. Stand up. Inside of yourself. I had to stand up because I had 4 minutes to go. I couldn't cry and boo-hoo that I had embarrassed myself. So now I introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for John Leguizamo. So they start going crazy, right? So now I'm still shaken from that mess up. So now it's time for me to sit down in my chair and interview him. Now, see, I don't use an iPad. I have another device that I use. I'm sitting down and I grab the iPad because that's where the questions are. And then I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. They're clapping, and it's unusually long applause at this point, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm clicking the button and I hit something and the questions disappeared. It's live, man. I can't say, hey, wait, Mike, come here. I'm live and I'm looking and I'm sweating. I'm still shaking from the mess up. And then I figure something. I hit a button and the questions came back. I said, thank you, Jesus. I was like, oh, my goodness. I thought I was going to pass out. Everybody say it ain't easy. So what? When you fail does not make you a failure. That means you have to get up and begin again more intelligently. So I'm going to work harder, study the script harder, practice more to where that will never happen again. But guess what? We're human. If it does, what am I going to do? Quit? You got to keep moving when things don't go your way. Everybody say it ain't easy. It ain't easy. Next is it's life-changing. It's life-changing. When you pursue your wildest dream, whatever it is, it'll change your life. My life will never be the same again. My daughter's 21 years young, chasing her wildest dream. Why? Because she's watching Dad do it. My son, 14, Dad, I want to be a speaker just like you. It gets no better when your son wants to be you and what you're doing is positive. Does that make sense to you? It's life-changing. But see, all I was trying to do was chase greatness. I was chasing. It's life-changing when you're willing to chase greatness. Listen, we all have an opportunity to set a standard. What's your standard in how you choose to show up to life every day? What is your standard? See, some people set their standard at just showing up. They just show up. But they leave some important essentials at home, like their mind, their spirit, their energy. They just show up. I'm here. To me, even the people that just show up, they're cheating themselves because there's greatness in them, but they're just not walking it out. Some people show up and they just set their standard at average. Better than showing up. Average. They do just enough to keep from getting fired. Just enough to get a C minus. Just enough. Not that they don't have greatness in them. Their standard is just average. There's nobody in this room that's average unless you choose that. Some people set their standard at good. I'm good. How's life? Good. How's the family? Good. How's school? It's all good. They're stuck at good. Is that what we're here to do? Just be good? Absolutely. I don't know nothing about showing up. I know nothing about average. I know nothing about good. Everybody say greatness in me. I'm talking about greatness. When you set your standard at greatness, it will change your life. What does greatness mean? 5 quick definitions before I close out. Everybody say best effort. Everything you do starting today. Everybody say today. I don't care what you do, whatever breakout sessions you're going to, whatever Tish has going on, Josh has going on, bring greatness into this space and give your very best effort. Your best effort and my best effort is our greatness. Second definition, everybody say best focus. It's life-changing when you give your best focus to what? Listen, there's no competition out here. People tell you, oh, who's the competition? There's no competition because most people settle with good. They don't think about greatness. There's no competition when greatness is your standard. Best effort, best focus. Third definition, everybody say best version of me. Yeah, when you give the best version of who you are to your world, to your work, to your community every day, you cannot fail. You cannot lose. Your best version of you is your greatness. Listen, when I say best version of you, I'm talking mind, body, soul. The best version of who you are. Listen, I'm just going to throw a little fitness piece in here. Live life in the best shape of your life. I don't care where you are. I don't care what your body type is. You're beautiful just the way you are. But find the best version of you and live in that space every single day of your life. You're not going to catch me out of shape. Because I want to be great. And in order to give great, I got to feel great. If that makes sense, say that makes sense. Makes sense. Fourth definition is best talent. Your best talent is your greatness. What's your best talent? Fifth definition is to better your best every single day. Better your best every day. Better your best every day. You don't arrive and say, I'm great. No, really? You're chasing greatness for the rest of your life. You may have, I studied all night and I got an A+ on the test. Yeah, that's greatness for that moment, but what about tomorrow? Best effort, best focus, best version of you, best talent, and better your best every single day. Let me close. Everybody say it's a wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap when you treat your dream every day like a seed. Treat your dream like a seed. You got to water that seed. You got to fertilize that seed. You got to guard that seed. Everybody say picture it. Every single day I need you to picture yourself where you want to be. That's a form of watering and guard and fertilizing that seed. Second, everybody say write it. You got to write it down. I didn't say type it. Write it out. What do you see? Design your dream. Where are you going? That is going to change as you grow and you learn and you have other things that come up on your radar. You got to picture it. You got to write it. Everybody say speak it. You got to speak it out of your mouth. I told everybody and their mother, I am going to be a professional speaker, and that's just what it is. I talked about it. They were like, man, would you shut up? No, I'm not shutting up. This is what I want to do, and this is what I want to be. Fourth, everybody say study it. You got to study, man. You got to study it. When you figure out what you want to do, you got to study it. Listen, there may be more talented, there may be more intelligent, but nobody can outwork you. Nobody can outwork you. That's a choice. You got to study it. Fourth, everybody say get around it. You got to get around the people who are doing it. You got to get around the people who are doing it. Everybody say find someone doing it. Yeah, you got to connect with a mentor. Mentor is vital. Everybody say, go get it. You got to go make it happen. Nobody is going to do it but you. Let me close out by showing you this real quick. I created a program called Each One, Reach One. I had no idea when I was a kid in middle school that I would be able to lead thousands of students, thousands of teachers. And there's a program that I created. Look at this. That's a middle school. I'm in the middle on a chair. And I said, if you're about what I'm about, I need you to stand up and meet me in the middle of your gymnasium. They get up and they come because I'm chasing greatness. There's greatness in you. It was just an idea. It was just an idea. I doubted myself that a black man could go out and create the kind of change that I had dreamt about in my mind. I'm just telling you what's real. I cannot believe it, but I live in it every day. That's why I talk to you with such passion. There's greatness in you. I'm not going to recap my speech because I got to get off here. But I need for us to finish out with a chant, and I want the best chant of the day. I want your greatness. Let me recap. Listen, when I say chasing greatness, you say brace yourself. When I say each one, you say reach one. When I say chasing what, you say chasing greatness. When I say greatness, clap, you clap, clap. Hey, if you're alive, say yes. Yes. Chasing greatness. Chasing greatness. Each one. Each one. Chasing what? Chasing what? Greatness, clap. Got love for you, man. Go do it.
Wait, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back.
Baby, just
This is what Bracy does when he calls me on those drives
I'll be
from
right here next to
NoCal
you.
to SoCal, and he starts singing, and then he lets it